Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the most informative, entertaining few minutes you're going to have this week on YouTube. Well, let me start right off with this. The Summit Varsity, Tim's team, suffered a tough loss last week against Warren Hills. It was a great game, but Summit continues at 4-2 on the season. And their record is going to get even better because Tim is getting more and more playing time. Last week on the recap, I introduced a brand new feature, the Most Wanted segment, and amazingly it produced almost instant results. Here, check it out. Our first edition of the Most Wanted segment has produced almost instant results. Last week we said that we were looking for two men who shot up an apartment in an apartment complex in the preserves at Oslo. And one of you called Crime Stoppers with a tip. You knew who they were and where to find them. And the police picked them up. The two names are Akua Holbach and Darius Tyrone Cohen. Now what happened that night was that they went to visit one of their girlfriend's houses, and these morons picked the wrong apartment. One of them went to use the bathroom and the other crawled into bed with the apartment owner. Well, what happened was they woke up the apartment owner, he jumped up, and a gunfight ensued. Police are still trying to piece together exactly what happened. But thanks, whoever it was that called Crime Stoppers, thank you for that tip and for taking these morons off the streets. Now this week's Most Wanted is a 20-year-old female, Chanel Alexandria Straughter. Chanel's 20 years old, as I said. She's about 5'2". She weighs about 110 pounds, and her last job was as a cashier. She's wanted for grand theft, for forgery, for fraud, and she's had her bond revoked a number of times. If you know something about where to find Chanel, please call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-273-TIPS. I know somebody out there knows something about this, and if you want, you can remain anonymous. But also, there's a $3,000 reward out for information leading to the arrest of Chanel. So please, if you know something, call Crime Stoppers. Well, that's gratifying, and I'll tell you what, if you've got any information on this lady, do call Crime Stoppers. They definitely want to hear from you. I was going through a number of the questions that I've received over the last month or two, and I determined that it would be desirable to do a special report on a subject that I know is of concern to a lot of people, and that has to do with Dollar Tree. Here's my report. A few weeks ago, Dollar Tree announced that they were doing a price increase. And I had the impression it was going to go from $1 to $1.25. But then I saw some things where maybe it's not $1.25, maybe it's $1.50 on some items. So I figured I'd take this opportunity to go to the local Dollar Tree and see what the price increase actually was. And along the way, maybe check out and see what they've got by way of things for Halloween, Christmas, generally check out the store. So I'm on my way over there, and I'll take you on a little tour once we get inside there. So there you go. I went into Dollar Tree so that you don't have to. And quite frankly, I'm confused. They got signs that everything's $1. They got them all over the outside, all over the inside. So I don't know quite what is going on in there. Now, it could be when you buy something, they apply a price increase at the cash register. I don't buy anything in Dollar Tree, so I don't know if that's how it works. I'd have to say that I think that their Halloween and Christmas displays were really on the sparse side. But maybe that has to do with either it's way too early or are they having supply chain difficulties? I don't know. Anyway, if you want to explore it further, you're going to have to go into Dollar Tree for yourself. Me, I'm sort of done with Dollar Tree. You don't have to go to Dollar Tree. I did it for you. But if you want to go, you can check it out. And I don't know what happens at the cash register. Still don't. But what are you going to do? Now, on a brand new topic, I've been going back to a hobby that I had several years ago and that I sort of abandoned in favor of video, and that is photography. And I started it back up in Morristown, and now I'm continuing it down here in Florida. And it's a little bit challenging down here. But here was a shoot, and it was I actually did this right after I did the Dollar Tree investigation. Here was what that was like. I'm out in a place called the Lagoon Greenway, which is a kind of a, I don't know, nature preserve here in Vero Beach. And it's tough to get good landscape photography in a place like this. I mean, you know, the woods are kind of chaotic. I know there's plenty of Spanish moss around, and I'll see if I can get some shots. Now, what I did is I brought my, this is a Panasonic Lumix G85. I've only got one lens. It's a prime lens called an Olympus 45 millimeter. And for you aficionados out there, I've got a circular polarizer on it, kind of to heighten the colors. Now, I'll tell you what, if I manage to get one or two decent photographs today, I'll be more than happy. Well, I hope you're going to have a great weekend. I'm a little disappointed, quite frankly. I figured this would be the weekend that the local dog club would have their dog Halloween costume parade, and it looks like they're not having it. You may want to contact this dog club. It's called Dogs for Life, and express an interest. I mean, if you want to see a dog costume parade, you will definitely see it right here on the recap. But so far, there have been no plans announced for this event, and I thought it was great last year. Anyway, that's my report for this week. I hope you have a good weekend. It's coming right up, and a great week next week. And we'll see you back here for more information, entertainment, the works. Everybody, take